for a year or so. Well, I never thought that if an engine ran about 5 minutes at a time that could happen. And on gasoline, it's probably not the greatest for it. It can mess things up and lead to a lot faster wear. But the 85 with the short, always in cold start mode driving conditions will totally get destroyed. And so before you flame, you pay a lot of attention. The exception to this is short hop driving, never fully warming up.
Yeah.
And
so I'm seeing what he's saying right now. And I really respect this guy. Like what he just said there is a very key thing. It doesn't matter if we're talking about E85 or gas or whatever. So what he's saying there, he prefaced it, it's never fully up to temp. So when you start an engine, mechanical stuff aside, when the engine is cold, it's always running richer. And there's a couple of issues with that. So like I said, we haven't gotten far enough into this yet, but without even getting into it more, what's coming to mind here is when you run E85, you're putting more fuel into the engine because it takes more of the ethanol fuel to burn properly. So if you were injecting 1 cc of fuel, let's say, you'd be injecting 1.3 or 1.4 with a high ethanol blend. One of the issues with that can be like a cylinder wash down. Like you shouldn't really get that, but you're spraying more fuel into the cylinder. If that's all over the cylinder walls, it can take the oil off of the cylinder walls. You'll do that much more if you're running really rich. Cold start conditions, the engine runs rich to help it warm up. That's in your tune, that's in your settings. So I could imagine E85 plus the cold start conditions, you're getting way more fuel in that engine than it would have typically, been designed around whatever type of piston rings they're using. If it's not leaving enough oil on those cylinders, you would be getting really bad wash down. And the interesting thing is too, is they have the pistons laid out on the table and they are coated in some junk, which E85 doesn't do that. So that's got to be some sort of, that carbon buildup has to be caused by burning oil, not burning the fuel all the way, leaking valve stem seals, or really terrible emissions components like PCV, crankcase junk, getting in there and causing that buildup. Because a lot of times that like running E85 will wash that stuff off. But if we're talking about running in that warm up mode, it's going to just be like dumping fuel in there, running rich. So anyways, get on with it.